Three Commando Brigade Royal Marines is the United Kingdom's amphibious rapid reaction force, trained and equipped to carry out operations from the sea. As its title would suggest, it is made up mainly of Royal Marines, but there is a small corps of Army ranks who provide specialist skills and expertise. '29 Commando Regiment Royal Artillery is the largest army unit within the brigade and provides the majority of the brigade's firepower. All combat is some form of fire and maneuver, and within 3 Commando Brigade, '29 Commando Regiment provides the fire which always comes first. The first commandos were formed from the army during the Second World War. At that time, most of Europe was controlled by Nazi Germany, and Britain stood alone. The then Prime Minister, Winston Churchill, called for the creation and training of a new elite fighting force to carry the fight across the sea to the enemy. Thus, the commandos were born. Formed from volunteers across the army, they quickly gained a reputation for toughness, discipline, and aggression. The early raids met with mixed military success, but did much to lift the morale of the civilian population, then suffering from the horrors of the Blitz. As the war progressed, the commandos saw operations in every theatre, whether it was carrying out small raids or taking part in major amphibious landings. And as their role grew, their ranks were swelled by units of the Royal Marines. When the war ended in 1945, the decision was taken to maintain only the Royal Marine Commando units, and the Army Commandos were disbanded. In the post-war years, the Royal Marine Commandos continued the traditions set by their predecessors, seeing action in the war in Korea and counter-terrorist operations in Malaya. However, it was decided in 1961 that they needed specialist fire support from the Army. '29 Field Regiment, then stationed in Plymouth, was re-rolled as a Commando Night Regiment. A series of commando courses and training packages were run to convert the regiment, and in 1962, '29 Commando Regiment Royal Artillery took its place in 3 Commando Brigade Royal Marines.
Load correct!
Since its incorporation into 3 Commando Brigade, '29 Commando Regiment has supported the Marines in conflicts in Borneo, Oman, Aden, and in Operation Corporate, the battle to retake the Falkland Islands. More recently, soldiers from the regiment have seen service during the Gulf War. Operation Safe Haven in northern Iraq and Kurdistan, taken its turn in security duties in Northern Ireland, and seen service with the United Nations and NATO peacekeeping force in Bosnia and the former Yugoslavia. To carry out its role, the regiment is made up of a headquarters battery, 3 gun batteries, and a forward observation battery. The headquarters battery is the brains of the regiment. It orchestrates the command and control of all firepower available to the brigade, be that artillery, gunfire from naval ships, or ordnance from United Kingdom or Allied aircraft. It contains specialists in the field of driving and stores, and has a troop of radars for detecting hostile artillery and mortars.
Shut out. Fire.
Each of the 3 gun batteries is equipped with 6 105mm light guns. This artillery piece weighs 2 tons and will fire a 32-pound shell over 17 kilometers. The gun is easily maneuverable and is usually towed by the Pinzgauer lightweight tractor, or in Arctic conditions by the BV-206 over snow vehicle. It is also air portable and can be carried by the helicopters that work with the brigade.
A Delta 2 Hotel, this is 1 Quebec Papa, a fire mission, a target number, X-ray Juliet 1001, over.
148 Meketila Battery is the Commando Forward Observation Battery, and its role is to provide observation parties to control the fire of naval ships.
Round complete out.
To carry out its task, small teams are inserted by parachute, submarine or small boat, usually at night, and often days before the main landing, in order to maximize all firepower assets available to the brigade in the early stages of the landing. The regiment is based in the historic naval city of Plymouth in southwest England. This is home for the headquarters battery, 2-3 Gibraltar Battery, 8 Alma Battery, who support 40 Commando, and 7-9 Kirkee Battery, who support 4-2 Commando. The regiment's barracks is the Royal Citadel, a fort that was built in 1665 and is one of the most important forts in the country. In fact, twice a day in the summer months, visitors pay to tour around the Citadel, and it provides a magnificent setting right next to the centre and main tourist areas of this busy tourist city. 7 Sphinx Battery supports 4-5 Commando and is the only battery in the Royal Artillery that lives alongside the unit it supports, a relationship that works very well. The battery is based at Royal Marines Condor at Arbroath on the northeast coast of Scotland. With its own golf course, dry ski slope, and within easy reach of the Highlands, it is an ideal location for anyone interested in outdoor pursuits. 148 Commando Forward Observation Battery is based at Royal Marines Poole, where they work closely with the Special Boat Service and the Landing Craft Wing of the Royal Marines. Poole is yet another popular seaside resort with excellent beaches and superb water sport facilities. The home bases of all elements of the regiment are in some of the most popular tourist areas in the country. The role of 2-9 Commando Regiment is to provide and integrate fire support for 3 Commando Brigade. The brigade provides the United Kingdom with an amphibious capability and can therefore often find itself operating a great distance from its home base. It is by nature a light brigade and does not possess tanks or many heavy weapons. Therefore, the capability of 2-9 Commando Regiment in providing artillery fire, together with its expertise in coordinating and directing the fire of ships, aircraft and mortars, is a vital one.
Gun target line 2800, ready 30. Fire over.
The regiment excels at operating in a wide variety of environments, from the icy wastes of Arctic Norway to the steaming jungles of the Far East, meeting and beating every type of climate and terrain in between. Working alongside the Royal Marines allows the men of the regiment to build up an impressive array of skills that may not be found elsewhere in the Royal Artillery. Being part of an amphibious brigade, the regiment must be ready to deploy its guns from ships of the Royal Navy or other allies. This could be done by helicopter, where helicopter marshalling, fast roping and abseiling techniques may be employed. or from landing craft or maxi floats through water up to 1.5 meters deep, having first waterproofed vehicle and gun. Some of the personal skills required include commando cliff assault techniques, military parachuting by day or night in all climates and terrain, and a full range of Arctic and jungle warfare and survival skills. True, some of these skills can be found elsewhere in the Royal Artillery, but no unit operates such a wide range of skills so frequently over such a wide range of environments. So where do these Commando Gunners come from? Anyone serving in the Royal Artillery can volunteer for service with 2-9 Commando Regiment. They can do this either during basic training or after service with another gunner unit. All volunteers for the unit will be expected to pass the All-Arms Commando course run by the Royal Marines at the Commando Training Centre at Lympstone in Devon. The training is tough, but is geared to success, and volunteers from 2-9 Commando Regiment will be well prepared for the challenge. When a volunteer arrives at the Royal Citadel, it is the start of an 8-week induction course to prepare him for the All-Arms Commando course proper. There will be an initial physical assessment to identify areas in need of improvement. This will result in a personal fitness program designed by the regiment's own physical training instructors. This will build on strengths and improve weaknesses through constructive lessons in small groups. The program is based on that used by top athletes and ensures volunteers peak at the right time.
All you got to do is another mile, 10-minute mile pace we just did, and that's your pass out.
After 3 weeks of the induction course, the volunteer moves into a 5-week military skills package. This will build on and improve the areas covered in basic training, with particular emphasis on personal administration in the field and weapon handling. With this background knowledge firmly in place, the volunteer will move to Lympstone for the 8-week All-Arms Commando course. This course will teach the specialist skills required to be a commando soldier through a series of lectures, demonstrations and field training. Finally, the volunteer will be ready to attempt the commando tests, a series of tough mental and physical challenges that date back to the original commandos of the Second World War. The tests finish with the renowned 30-miler across Dartmoor, to be run in full fighting order and completed in 8 hours. By this stage, volunteers will have received some of the best military training in the world, and if successful at the end of the course, will be awarded the Green Beret and feel a great sense of personal achievement. Once a soldier has been awarded the Green Beret, he will be posted to one of the battles mentioned earlier and begin the exciting and varied life of the Commando Gunner. But just in case you think it's all work, the regiment plays hard as well. In such a fit unit, sport is bound to play a major part, and the regiment competes in most major sports with a high degree of success. Adventure training is another feature of the regiment's life, and soldiers are encouraged to take part in expeditions all over the world. If you are interested in becoming a Commando Gunner, then ask your Army Careers Office or contact the Regimental Information Team on 01752 236 152.